Oh, my light. Oh, but there go my light. Oh, there you go. All right. Sister Deborah is back. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm going to complete this on truth. I must complete this here on truth. What the Spirit had mentioned to me, matter of fact, no, that's not right. That's not right. It's saying that. You know what? The thing I was saying to the Father this morning was that I am so grateful that um, the Father has allowed me to know what He has for me to know in this day and time. Um, because it leads me to a place of understanding where people are at today and why they're not going to make it home. Uh, and when you think of a lot of things that we see in the world today, this is the reason why. Is because they have went into the strolls, taking many things out, and then you all are running around here with your head chopped off, trying to understand how are they making all these movies? How is it they're getting all this information? How is it they're able to know a lot of things? Seems like they know exactly what is to be coming, what's coming. Why is it that the world, those elites and the Roman Catholics and the Jesuits and the Jews over in Israel, how is it that we can call them Jews, we can call them Roman Catholic, we can call them Jesuits, we can say they whatever, but what the world don't understand, they're European people. When it all said and done, they are Europeans. Okay, so yeah, many people don't grip that. They don't grip that. They are still yet European people. Okay, so they're all doing the same thing. They're all in it, and they themselves are the one that has flipped everything over. Okay, so when I think about how everything has been switched, and if you turn a lot of these things over, even the word, if we go with dog, and we turn that around, you have to understand it wasn't that they had something that that and to me, when I look at stuff like this here now that I can see it, it doesn't show any type of intelligence. It shows a bunch of people that willing to believe a lie than to believe the truth. Like even when I was saying to you all about how AI, how all these people are playing in AI. Guess what? Now they got AI doing everything. It's on your phone. answering all your questions. Anything you ask on the phone, from your map to your Google to stores, AI is answering all of that now. Y'all didn't know that, did you? All on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram. It's all AI now. See, and people running around here playing in it. Now it's become the norm. Okay? And the norm in what? In evil. Just as the word dog here. And then you wonder why the Hebrews want to go to Hebrew. Let me tell you the power in that. The Hebrews want to go to Hebrew to find out the true definitions of words. Guess what? AI is not going to let them. So you're going to have a book, a Hebrew book, or a Bible that has Hebrew in it, or a book that has the names of everything in it already, which I'm going to go look for it tomorrow. Because AI is just giving you anything. And they didn't took a lot of what you would look up as far as Hebrew. They took it out. They won't let you get it. I'm serious. Now, there are some that still, I'm sure there's different other pages that still haven't turned into AI. But let me tell y'all something. They got it. They did it. They got everything from, if you look up a phone number, you look up anything on your email, you look up in AI has taken full control over any and everything, while everybody running around here playing, you see, and trying to make something out of nothing. Now back to the word truth. We have here, that was my last topic. And I don't know what had happened. I really don't. Everything, my phone, even the laptop shut off, the light shut off, then the phone fell down. And when I got everything back together, guess what, you guys? Everything, I don't know why everything shut off like that. I can't even answer it. I can see the phone falling. I maybe kicked the table and it fell. But the computer, the laptop shut off, the light shut off. I'm like, wait a minute. You know, but back to what I was saying about truth. The Father revealed to me, where's my Bible? Oh, here it is. The Father revealed to me that truth is that ball that they dropped, y'all. You remember how I be teaching and I always said they dropped the ball again, and they dropped the ball in Genesis. They dropped the ball here. And the Father had told me this morning when I woke up, he said, Deborah, you know how you used to say they dropped the ball? Guess what? He said, what they did is they dropped truth. Now, this is the power in it all. It's a mystery, but I'm going to give it to you. What you did not know was truth was what was blown in you through that breath that he had given you. It held truth. Yah is truth. We all got something of his. Now, let me explain. Let me see if I can explain it. I wonder, can I? Yeah, let me explain it. If he were to breathe a breath into us, into this flesh, okay? Who breath is this? You see? Who does this breath belong to? I'm going to teach this thing in a way that not one of you ever heard it. And I don't care if you don't get it or not, because that's just where Yah has me, you know, because you got people actually, I ain't going to get into that. No, don't do that, Father. No, Father, I'm not going to do it. Okay. So truth is what has been dropped. You know, Sister Deborah just called it the ball. Okay. And many of you all probably even adopted the idea of me saying the ball. But the Father revealed to me today that it was dropped, but it wasn't the ball. It was truth. Truth was what he placed in us. That hey, y'all, it's just so hard to really teach spirit and truth at this level, because you know that. Let me just go on and teach it. So what he was explaining to me, all those times you were teaching, you were saying the ball was dropped. Just saying the ball is like a form of a parable. And that was good. That was really good. But what he wanted me to understand, this wasn't for you. This was for me. He wanted me to understand that using it in a parable was really good. But he wanted me to understand the truth of the whole matter of it. And that was that it was truth that was dropped. Woo-wee. Do y'all know what that means? Truth been dropped since the beginning. And no one questioned it. No one respond to it. No one challenged it or said anything. It's just that everybody has decided to follow any and every darkness on this earth the way that they had taught it, preached it, handed to us in books, and given it to us, and then made it about a man teaching us. You can't get it unless you get it from a man, unless you hear a preacher, or why a preacher? That didn't even make any sense when the 5-4 ministry starts from the apostles. So how did it get all the way down to a preacher, which is the fourth on the total pole? So how did it skip the apostle, the prophets, the evangelists, the teachers, and then the preachers, or the preachers and then the teachers? How did it get all the way down to that? It's showing you another form of darkness that's out here in the way that they have orchestrated what they were willing to teach and believe, and how they wanted to teach you or get you to believe what they wanted you to believe. But what I learned it's a good thing that the Father spoke to me this morning, because I was at a point where he had been speaking to me every day, giving me good new information to go on top of what he's already been giving me throughout the time. And I'm like saying, but Father, these people are so far from any, but it ain't for them. It's for you. So you can do it, but it's for you. And it feels so good, because to wake up that time of morning and he's speaking to me, and all that he was giving me, y'all, if y'all see all this paperwork that I got, just writing down everything he said, y'all, everything he said, and it's y'all was making so much sense. So when he started off, he was talking about truth. He said, you know how you be talking about the ball being dropped? He said it had, but it was truth that was dropped. Okay, now listen to this. If the Father, this is really crazy. Where is my eraser? If the Father is, where is it at? If the Father is, he gives us his spirit, right? Watch this here. I'm going to show y'all something. And you know what's going to be sad? It's really sad, even bringing it up. I really wish that I had another, which I do have another page, but I haven't put up that many videos, but it's another page that I also have started this new site, which I will be giving them this type of information, because it just seemed like, where is that word eraser? You guys, you know what? I'm going to do this right. I don't know. Woo! I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show you all something. Now watch this here. Okay. Now, if this is Adam right here, lying down, as formed as dirt, right? The dust. Okay? There he is as the dust. This is Adam. Here is Yah up here, and he's going to blow into him. Whatever the Father blow into him, it belongs to him, to the Father. It don't belong to Adam. It belongs to the Father. The Father is I am. He is the breath that you're living on. He is the beginning, the end. He was, he is. Oh, I got a whole list of things that the Spirit showed me. I don't have that list. Who he is that makes him the I am. So the I am gave breath to this here dirt. But you got to keep in mind, who is the I am? The I am is the Creator. The I am is the Father. The I am is the Son of Yah, which is Christ. You see? The I am is the Creator. So therefore, when he gives his breath to Adam, Adam now has something that still belongs to the Father. You right now are walking on this earth with something that does not belong to you. That's that breath that still belongs to the Father. So what the Father was showing me today, that breath that you hold also identify him in you. How? By the breath that you hold, he also gave you through that breath an image like unto him with your own spirit. So when he blew your own spirit into you, he gave you his breath to allow this flesh to get up with the spirit in which he blew in you, which is an image like he is. He's a spirit and you are the lowercase spirit. He blew it into you. He blew it into Adam. But guess what? I was wondering all this time, how is it that Adam had everything perfect? Everything was found to be good. Perfect. Everything was given unto him. But yet he chose another end. Guess what, you guys? You know what made him everything that was perfect? Everything that was good? What made Adam perfect? He has the breath and he had truth in him. Truth came through the breath. Truth came through the breath. Truth came through the breath. But it don't matter if truth came through the breath. Truth is the Father. And if you got his breath, then you got who he is, which is the truth. 99.1 trillion, 20 million billion wouldn't even take that and just with a quickie say, wait a minute, now hold up, she got a point. You know why? That's how lost people are. Now let's go over that again. Here is Adam, here on the ground, lying down. There go Adam. This is Adam. He lying down because he's waiting for up here, which is the Father, to give him the breath. When he gave him this breath, that breath gave him a spirit, but that breath gave him something else. Because Yah is I am. Everything he is consisted of. So what we have that is of Yah is his breath. And if his breath represents who he is, then he is truth. Then somewhere along the line with the breath, we have truth. But did it stop Adam and Eve? No. See how long the ball been dropped? It didn't stop them from doing what? Choosing evil over the truth that was in them, and the breath of he that is truth didn't stop them at all. So it's coming to you today. People are living with that truth in them, but it ain't gonna stop them. It ain't gonna stop them. Let's go. So what I just revealed to you all something is a whole new revelation, but it's an old revelation. It's what was dropped in the beginning. Let me stop saying dropped. It was truth that was given in the beginning. When he did all that creation, all that was truth. But guess what? You don't hear them teaching and preaching it today. They got away from everything truth. So you see, even having truth in us, we still won't hold truth. Ain't that deep? That is so deep to me. Let's go to Romans chapter 1, where you're going to find out exactly what I mean about that breath of life. Not only did it give us, not that life, but that breath. Life was alive. Look up life. And then it gives you, turn it this way backwards, and it identifies how the Jesuits, the Roman Catholics, and the fake Jews changed this here word and gave you this, but they know it means this. Look this word up here, life backwards. Look it up. I dare you to look it up. 99.15 trillion wouldn't even do it because they embedded with darkness. Just as Adam had the breath and he had truth in him, but did it uphold him? No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Even to the point of how they dropped the ball from Genesis all the way to Revelation, because the Roman Catholics, the Jesuits, and the fake Jews, they got the scrolls, y'all. They got the Ark of the Covenant over in Italy. Okay, I ain't never heard the Hebrew Israelites. I done heard not no so-called Jew in Judah. None of them ever talk about the Ark of the Covenant, because that's where the scrolls were. The Roman Catholic has it over in Italy. So this is how they were able to make the Bibles. Okay? Taking certain stuff out and adding certain things in. So what happened? They helped Satan deceive the whole world. So do you ever wonder how is it that they making these movies? How is it that they doing movies and making shows actually showing, the prophecies? You know how? They got the scrolls. Crazy people. You see how blind y'all are? Y'all will sit here and look at each other all stupid and think you know something. But you don't know nothing. And it ain't meant for you to know nothing. Because I sit back and I say, but Father, if they got that Ark of the Covenant over there in Italy, and they got the scrolls there as well, it's in it. Wow, why you ain't heard the Hebrew Israelite men on these darn corners? Why you ain't heard the so-called true Jews, which is the Judah? Why you ain't heard none of them teaching it and preaching it? You see, even they have been, I don't even think the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah could ever be deceived. I really don't, y'all. I think they just that dumb. They just lost with the cause and without. Because even when they were in the promised land, frozen with milk and honey, even when he brought them out of Egypt, and every time he's bringing them out of captivity, not damn time did they have a change in their mind. Not damn time did they get it right, y'all. So I don't think it's nothing. They had ever had anything. So when you hear that the United States look at them less than human, I I believe they conducted themselves in a way throughout biblical from the beginning, even to this very day, as less than human. Listen to how the men are doing their women, not even understanding that the women is their sperm, not understanding that the daughters are your sperm. Your son is your sperm. These are not women's sperms. They are not the seed. You are stupid. So when you talk about the woman, you talk about yourself. She comes from you. She's bearing the iniquity of the father. 3 to 4 generations, y'all. Why is it people can't comprehend stuff like that? You see, it doesn't make sense to them. Because just like he said, they dropped the truth way back and they run around here talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Oh, what this here prophet did or what Adam and Eve did. The Father want me to let you know that you've done worse than they have. So what are you talking about? You're in the day that's worse than any day. So it's worse than the beginning in Adam and Eve. Jack, you see how slow people are? Especially Judah, males and females. It just seems like, and the reason why they think of you as less than human is because when they got you over here, you degraded and you polluted the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So why wouldn't they think you less than human? That you had the creator on your side, and you out here talking nasty about him. You profaning his name. You had a land floating with milk and honey, and the spirit of the creator was in the midst. Aren't you the children of the Most High Yah? That's what they said to them. While they were so busy profaning and disrespecting his holy name. So this is another reason why they got you over here. When you got over here, why they saw you less than human. It's the way you conduct yourself. Because any man will be less than human to degrade, kill, and murder, and put down and belittle the seeds that come out of his own womb. Oh, Father, I'm in trouble, ain't I? Make it make sense. It don't need you to make it. It already sense. Just get it. It doesn't. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say I can't afford to listen to Judah. They can't even afford to listen to themselves. That's how bad it is. Because they have nothing positive within their nation itself, Judah. Ain't nobody, this is y'all. This before y'all even put them over in the land of their captives. They just peeped. Let me give you an example. As I was been off, I've been looking at how Judah is conducting themselves all over the world. I look at the fact that Judah is so ignorant. They have no idea that Africa played a role in them getting over here as slaves. You all sitting around thinking you know something and you don't know nothing, because if you read Revelation and you really catch on to Ezekiel, Ezekiel more so than anything, you'll understand that Ethiopia, which is over in Africa, plays a great role in bringing you down. They took the Ethiopians and took them over to Israel, and that's where they found, they gave them land over there so that they can portray to be some of you all. Judah, that's what they did. They turned around and let Bill Gates put chips in their baby's body over in Africa. Bill Gates giving them all kind of poison, taking all their seeds, stripping them, going over, taking all their seeds and their their president and all of them, selling all their seeds and giving them, Bill Gates giving them the one that they want them to have. That's over in Africa. I gave you all another video, which is a short. I know now many of you didn't see it, but it's a short showing you about how over in China, I think it was China, they were dark-skinned people before they were whited out. You ain't never heard Hebrew Israelites and the Jews, so-called true Jews, talk anything about that. They on the corner want to teach you can practice polygamy and have many wives. You can sit and open up a camp and take everybody money and they'd be up under you. You're a king, leader, ruler, and so on. People follow stuff like that. This is where you see the level of how much darkness it is. People will run away from the truth, which the Father told me. That's what they dropped in the beginning. Father, if they drop truth, then somebody in trouble. He said, no, I got it written already. I like that. I got it written already. See? So you can drop all the truth you want. It don't matter. That's why I tell y'all it's finished. It's over. While everybody taking out their time to want to hear the lies and be manipulated. No, not so much deceived. They were already deceived. The tribe of Judah was already deceived among their own people. That's why they still deceive. And then when we sit back and we think about how they're doing us as a people, we're a partaker in it. I sit back and look at the IRS, the Social Security, the Medicaid, the Medicare, all these food vouchers, all these, they got black people lying. They use them to win over the black people. They've been doing that since they came over here. It has been known even in slavery. So you see how when somebody say you less than human, you really don't know you acting like they say you are. Especially when you came over here against the creator of your forefathers and you begin to profane their name and profane his name and disrespect his holy name. You should have been listed as less than human, because this is the same creator that got you out of many holes, that have fought every battle that you had to fight. Your ancestors, your people been fighting. Who you think been fighting the battles? Who do you think was doing that? The Most High Yah. All the time. Who you think part that Red Sea? He said, I am, Deborah. Tell him, I am the one that parted that Red Sea. I am cloud by day. I am fire by night. Oh boy, he had me going this morning. He was naming everything under the guideline of I am. But nobody wants to hear the message of I am, to give him the glory and the honor. I did 2 or 3 messages regarding the I am. No one gripped it, because they don't want to know him like that. They want to know him based on the Europeans' book that then manipulate him to be what they say he is. That's what they want to serve. They have taken from the Moors, the Masons, all of them, all the religions. The Moors and the Masons, y'all crazy if you don't grip what's going on, and it ain't meant for you to grip it. So you by right where you at, lost with the cost and without. Because I don't think that everything that, just people to live, to die, not knowing nothing, not knowing anything. I hear it in Hosea. My people, they perish. Perish mean they die. Due to lack of knowledge. But then when he said don't stop there, because they reject knowledge. So you see, something is wrong with the people. Something is wrong with a people. Because they reject, the Father says, knowledge itself. So truth came with the breath, which makes a lot of sense. Make a lot of sense. Let me show you where you know that truth came. Watch this. Romans chapter 1, verse 18. I was saying to you all about truth. When it was blown in you, he put something else in you. Truth. Hebrew Israelite won't tell you that, will it? These churches and these YouTubes and these Instagram and Facebook, Patriot and Rumble, and not one of them would teach you what I'm about to teach you. Let's rumble. Truth came with the breath. Now watch this here. Romans chapter 1, verse 18. For the wrath of God is revealed from heavens against all ungodliness and unrighteous. You y'all hear that? So what is he saying? Adam and Eve, they were ungodly and they were unrighteous, even though they had what? Truth in them. Now watch this. Ungodly. So he's showing you his wrath is revealed. Do y'all see that? I know you don't. But notice he said from heaven. Notice he said his wrath in Romans chapter 1, verse 18. For the wrath of Yah is revealed from heavens against all ungodliness and unrighteousness. Okay, watch this here. Ungodliness and unrighteousness of me. Okay, listen to this, which I'm sure it means women too, who hold, somebody's holding something, the truth. Wake up, people. You missed it, didn't you? You missed it, didn't you? Do you see truth? Let's go back again, verse 18. Romans chapter 1, verse 18. For the wrath of Yah is revealed from where? Heavens, against, Deborah, against all ungodliness and unrighteousness, watch this here, of men, which they probably mean women also, who holds the truth in unrighteousness. How is it they holding the truth in unrighteousness? They holding that breath, baby. Hello. They holding the breath in unrighteousness, in ungodliness. They're holding truth. I know y'all don't see it, do you? You don't even see it, do you? You can't see it, can you? Nah, they can't see it. You see how thick darkness is? This is a message should blow the top of the head of people off. Because he's showing you that truth can be held by those that are ungodly and unrighteous. How can that be, Father God? This is what he brought to me this morning. He said they holding it, Deborah, because they holding my breath. They got breath still in them. And this is where this is at. This is where truth is at, in that breath. So he says that their whole truth in unrighteousness. So you walk your tail around here thinking you all holy than thou. Oh, you're full of the Holy Spirit. I got the Ruach. I know I'm saved. You don't know a rat's behind from your own. Because it's just too much for one to run around here. And this is what has happened since the beginning. This is what dropped. That's why nobody don't know nothing. And they don't care to know nothing. And that's okay. It is written. Now, listen to this, y'all. You ain't heard nothing yet. He says that the ungodly and the unrighteousness, he holds something against them. Why? Because, Deborah, they hold truth in unrighteousness. They're holding his breath in their unrighteous body. Because he is truth. And truth is he. That's the I am. Now watch this here. Listen to, now I'm going to show you how he did it. Because, verse 19, because that which may be known of Yah is manifested in them, for Yah has shown it unto them. It's manifested in them already, y'all. What? Truth. It comes with the breath. So you see, that's why I talk the way I talk. Because to know this in this midnight hour, to know that there's not going to be a change, ain't nobody going to get up and turn around, ain't nobody, you got to still stay with what happened in the days of Noah. Not one pulled up. I can still see it like that, even in this day and time. I hold firm to any example that I must look at to determine exactly where we're at today. And that's one of them. Nothing the Father does. Just because we got truth in our spirit, not in our spirit through the breath, they don't mean nothing to nobody. They're going to do what they think they're going to do. They're going to think, you sitting here telling them truth there, they think they saved now. They think they full of the Holy Spirit. They think they're bound to the kingdom for eternity. Don't even understand. I'm sure Adam could tell you the story. And many others. To let you know that they knew they weren't bound to no eternal kingdom. But the people today, they doing all this darkness, this evil, and this wicked, and they think they bound to the kingdom. Meaning they kingdom ready. They kingdom set. I'm ready. I can go right now. I got the keys. I know where I'm going. That's the spirit of them in their sick flesh. And he says here in verse 19, because that which may be known of Yah is manifested in them, for Yah has shown it unto them. Watch this here. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world was clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even the eternal power of the Godhead, so that they are without excuse. This right here, the truth being in everybody, is the identification that nobody is going to have an excuse. That's beautiful. I love that. Because knowing that this truth, he's sitting here telling you, because he put it in you, he even shown it to you, even the eternal Godhead. Also, you won't be without excuse. It's called in verse 19, who holds the truth in unrighteousness. That's where people are at today. That's where they're at in the midnight hour, in that day. They hold truth in unrighteousness, and they calling it righteous, while they're holding truth in ungodliness and in unrighteousness of their flesh. Now, watch this. Let me get to that. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 19. Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 19. I think we did that one. They was talking about righteous. Let me mark that one off. Yeah, that was talking about righteous. So let's go to Psalms 51. Psalms 51 and verse 6. No? Yes. Is that Psalms? Wait a minute. Where did I get that one from? Psalms 51. That sounds like 51. Yeah. Psalms 51 and verse 6. Oh, it's just, wait a minute. Yeah, in verse 6. Behold, thy desired truth in the inward part. You hear that? This is David. Y'all got to hear this. Listen to what he says. Behold, That means, look, thou desireth truth in the inward part, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me know wisdom. You see? Thou shalt make me know wisdom. Why? Thou desire truth in the inward part. Told y'all, it's in your spirit is where truth resides. Just as Romans chapter 1, verse 18, 19, and 20, telling you that they hold in truth even though they're unrighteous and ungodly. All because the Father says he manifested in them so they won't have no excuse. It's nobody's going on this earth that's going to have an excuse for nothing when it's over. Because he's showing you, I put it in you. What was you all about all this time? Evil, wicked. You come down here like that. But look at what he said. I wish that all men would be saved. You see? He wished it. But he knew that truth was going to be with them. But they all would not even go in the direction to what truth means. That rest in them. That's deep. So the Father want me to tell you all that ball that we continue to talk about being dropped, it was truth always. That's in a person. That's why it's been dropped so many times. And even to this very day, it's dropped more today than it has ever. All of these religions and denominations are man-made, okay? That's why they so used to cutting you up based on dressing and looking and eating and acting and wearing your hair a certain way. You see over in the Middle East, they're sitting here raping 5 and 6 year olds, marrying little girls and little boys, but yet got their women wrapped up in black, whole face covered and whole body covered, and you around here marrying, having sex with 5 and 6 year olds. You see the sickness? Y'all, this thing is deep. Y'all can stand around all you want and try to make these things in this world look one way that's going to make you think all is well, everything's okay. No. I'm going to stand on what he said. We in that day, Deborah. And I know too many of the prophets, too many of the men of Yah spoke of that day. And this is the day. See, a lot of y'all waiting for the day of Yah. Let me tell you something. That already started. Revelation been dropping stuff for a good couple of years now, probably a little long. Yeah, almost 3 years now. Things have already taken place, but where people are at in their spirit walk and in their mental walk, it's gone. It's gone. So here in Psalms 50, 1 and verse 6, behold, I desired truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden parts thou shalt make me know wisdom. See, he desired us to have that truth that he gave us, because it's in the breath that he gave us, that we use it, that don't belong to us. You see, it goes back to him. He gave you a spirit, that's what sleep, but the flesh goes back to the dirt. But the breath goes back to the Father. So when it go back to him, ain't he all truth? For sure, he's still truth. When he sent death and death snatched the breath, it goes back to who it come from. Who is that? He that is all truth. He didn't give it to you to keep, to take to the grave or take to the lake of fire. He only gave it only to you, but he made sure you had truth because you had his breath. So all that time, Sister Deborah was talking about the ball being dropped, the ball was truth that was in us to know. He said they knew truth, but they lived ungodly and unrighteous, holding holding truth in them. That's how I see it today. People walking around know the difference between truth and the truth of the word of who Yah is. They just holding it. Why? Because they love darkness. They love ungodliness. They love unrighteousness. And that's the way they want to live. They want to live and thinking that I can hold on to this here. Baby, please, baby. You already written your eternal. So when you're wondering with this truth, wait a minute, hold up. This truth is deep. Each and every last one of you should have a whole new revelation after tonight. Because all you have to do is go back into truth and see it for what it is. Let's go to Psalms 119. In Psalms 119 and verse 142. Psalms 119 and verse 142. Psalms 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is truth. And thy law is truth. What did Paul say? When I try to do wrong, evil is present. And I know to do right, but I end up doing evil. But there's another law in me. Woo! A law in me. And that was truth, y'all, he was talking about. The law of truth. Here, Psalms 119, verse 142. The righteousness is an everlasting righteousness. That's why I was telling you, when you bring righteousness, no matter what, you're going to be held blameless. Because righteousness, you're going to always come back as righteous. Watch this here. Is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law, look at here, y'all, thy law is truth. You see? That's what Paul was saying. In me is another law in my inner man. I love that. That's what Paul was saying. In me is another law. It was the law of truth in him. He said, when I try to do right, I end up doing wrong. But there's another law in me. That was the law of truth. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Let's go now to, let me get another one here. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs 23. In Proverbs 23, what is it saying here? Proverbs 23. Proverbs 23 and 23. Hey. Proverbs 23 and 23. And it is a blessing that the Father left with his servants the truth in them. And that's how they are able to speak it. Because if it's left up to these people today, you can hang it up. Ain't nobody going to be speaking truth. You speaking truth and it's just going to the wayside. Just as I always said, drop the ball, just drop it. That's how everybody's doing it. Look, taking truth and saying, that's the way you're doing it, whether you know it or not. And who cares? Y'all got you written anyway. So even when he gave you truth, he knew you wasn't going to do nothing with it. He had you written already. So the Proverbs 23 and verse 23. Let's see what it's saying here. Proverbs 23. Come on here. I'm loving my Bible here. I got this real gigantic Bible. I can see it really good. Proverbs 23, verse 23. By truth, and shall it not. Also wisdom, instruction, and understanding. By truth, and sell it not. Also wisdom, instruction, and understanding. All of those are spiritual. But it says, buy the truth and sell it not. He's letting you know, truth, you better hold firm to it and never let go. Because it's the breath that he put in you. And when he put that in you, if this truth is not living in you and out of you, then you know who you are already. For it is written. Okay? It is already written. Now, we're going to go to the Gospel of John. The Gospel of John, chapter 1. Now they're getting ready to talk about it here in the New Testament, as they call it. The Gospel of John. I don't remember. Let's see here. The Gospel of John, chapter 1 and verse 9. I don't remember seeing that. Oh, yeah, it's here. Listen to this, y'all. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 9. That was the true light, which lighted every man that cometh into the world. Father, that went straight over their head. Woo! Real quick and slow. Went over your head real quick and slow. Let's go over that again. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 9. That was the true light, which lighted every man that cometh unto the world. True light. That's what he did, y'all, when he breathed the breath of life into you. That was the true light. Truth. Truth was breathed into you, people. So all this stuff that you're doing on this earth, all of this pride, this greed, this envy, this jealousy, this backbiting, people will get on here, give to you, but get together to talk against you at the same time. And they think that you're on here and you don't know what's going on. Please, sit down. Sit down. Okay? So the Gospel of John, chapter 1 and verse 9. That was the true, there it go again, light, which lighted every man that cometh into the world. Didn't I just tell y'all? Truth. He gave you his image, which is a spirit, which is a light. But he put truth with that breath so you can have no excuse for truth or righteousness. We ain't got no excuse. So anything anybody doing down here on this earth, you're doing it because you're finding pleasure doing it. You done made your right wrong. You made your wrong right. You made your darkness light. You done made your sweet. You done made your bitters sweet. Nobody can't tell you nothing. You just in there and you think you're ready. But oh, as Yeshua told Satan, it is written. I don't care how much truth that Yah has given each and every last one of us. It is written already with the truth of that breath in us. It is already written our eternal destiny. With truth in us. See, the truth only comes to help us in this walk in the flesh, so our spirit can have the truth of the whole matter of who the Father is and his righteousness. So we sit back, and I sit back, and I'm giving everybody, and I told the Father about how much stuff you've given me, I have given to many. And it's like you're talking to a brick wall, because you can feel that it's just not something that really does anything for anyone. So it's like the days of Noah. That's why not one pulled up to the ark. Even the very end, they all came, but he was gone already. See, they came when they realized it kept them. They wasn't bothered by the first day, second day, the week, probably the 2 weeks. But when it started rising, that's when they come running looking for the ark. This is how it is in reality. Come the end days, people are playing it all the way to the edge. Woo, I'm going all the way, and then at the end, I get sick. I can repent, or I can get to my deathbed and cry. Oh no, baby, your deathbed ain't gonna get eternal life. You didn't know that it's written. He ain't wrote you in to give you the opportunity to wait till you get to your deathbed to turn around and repent. That's what's wrong with people. People thinking that they're gonna repent at the space in which they're gonna repent to get them across to the other side. Baby, that stuff is old. You know how many people even thought about doing that, and still today? See, you're playing with yourself, because you ain't playing with the Father, because where you ignorant, he already got you written where you're going to spend your eternal. While you clowning down here thinking you can do everything that the world do, and you can party in the darkness, you can be what the darkness is, because you don't have to party in the darkness. You can have a dark mindset. You can have a greed mindset. You can have a prideful mindset. You can have a jealousy and an envy and a hate. Oh man, all up in your body, and wonder why you're sick. Okay, so I love that in John, because he said it in the Gospel of John, chapter 1. He said it in verse 9, that was the true light, which lighted every man that cometh into the world. Did not I tell you in Genesis that breath of life, not life, I guess get used to taking that out, that breath carries a spirit for you, your own, like unto the image of the Father. Once it brings you your spirit, that breath alone comes with the truth, because the truth is Yah. When that breath comes from you, it goes back to who? Truth, the Father. The I am, that he is truth. It goes back to him. It belongs to him. Okay? All right? See, people want to say, it's this life, not my life. Nobody tell me what to do. I got one life to live. I can do it. You ain't got nothing. You just don't know it. Even when you think you got something, you still ain't got nothing. Okay? Let's see here. John chapter 33 and verse 33. John, the Gospel of John chapter 33 and verse 33. I think that's it. I didn't know John go up to 33. So that can't be right. The Gospel of John chapter 3 verse 33. That's it. The Gospel of John chapter 3 and verse 33. Chapter 3 and verse 33. Chapter 3 and verse 33. Okay, and it reads, he that receiveth his testimony has set to his seal that Yah is truth. Yah is truth. Is true. Listen to this. He that has received his testimony have set in his seal that Yah is truth. You see? This truth is like unto truth. Yah is the truth. So if he is the breath of life in you, then therefore you are holding the truth and living the lie, and living ungodly and unrighteous. Think about that. Now, when you go back to reading, you're going to start to see this word truth. And it's going to, and it should bring many to conviction. Now I'm going to the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 14. Going back to the Gospel of John, chapter 1 and verse 14. And it reads in verse 14, and the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory. The glory as the only begotten, there go Christ, of the Father, full of grace, I was looking for, when I read that, I was looking for grace and mercy. Look what's there, y'all. Full of grace and truth. Woo! Full of grace and truth. That's that same truth that we inherited through the breath. So in Romans chapter 1, he told you, he put it in them, so they won't be without no excuse. So it made it kind of good for me, because being one that was taught what took place before the foundation of the world, it gives me a better understanding that, okay, you gave all of us even the truth. You gave us all even your image, which is a spirit, but you gave us all a spirit like unto your image, a spirit. Then you gave us the breath. How can we, what more can you ask for, people? What more can you ask from the Father? He gives you his image, which is a spirit. So he gives you a spirit. He blows a spirit in you of your own, like unto his is a spirit. He gives you that image of a spirit. He gives you his breath, and he turns around and gives you truth. In that breath, whole truth. The breath, whole truth. What more can we ask for? So when Sister Deborah been sitting here talking about truth, not truth, dropping the ball, the Father said, Deborah, guess what that was? Truth. They was dropping. Woo! No, you didn't go there, Father. Yep, tell them. They were dropping truth that was in them. Even to this very day, you're still dropping it. 2026 of February, you're still dropping truth. You know what? When I look at all of the Hebrew Israelites and the tribe of Judah, our men, I'm going to just tell it like it is. I look out at that and I said, see there? There's no truth that they uphold. But yet you want to put truth to polygamy. Many wives, women being submissive. All of those things is connected to the flesh, bro. Pull up with something that's connected to your spirit. How about that? Can you do that? Pull up something that's connected to your spirit, like Sister Deborah teaching them now. Pull up that. Pull that thing up. You can't. Oh, I'm a king leader and ruler. In what? Flesh. I can practice polygamy. We can have many wives. In what? Flesh. What is the she got to wear her head wrapped and she has to not wear pants. In what? Flesh. We got a dietary law for what? Flesh. We got to turn to the west. Flesh. We can't even, the Father already done told us, we can't even worship him in our flesh, but we got our dumb tails turning to the west in our flesh. We're so busy about calendar days to keep up with what? Flesh. None of these things are spiritual. We sit here messing with the world, talking about their pagan days, and we ain't got a spiritual mindset at all. So they do better than you do. See? You bothering them about pagan and everything in you. is unrighteous, ungodly, unholy. That's all you're portraying. And you're portraying all that in the flesh because you know nothing in the spirit. Nothing do you know in the spirit. That's why they run. People run like fools from the truth because they can't handle it. They've been believing the lie for so long hey, they don't want nothing but the lie, and the lie don't want nothing but them. And they good with that. You better not come telling them truth is in them. They subject to take your life. That's how sick of a day that this day is. And you wonder why all these people out here doing this. And I sat back and I be saying, but Father just didn't. It's why is it that I'm seeing this and knowing this is going on and everybody acting like it's normal? You see, people do. They act like it's normal. That's the reality of it. And at any time, the Father, all he has to say is, oh no, they just afraid, or they fearful, or they're not caught up in it, or they don't want to be. Because you know what it is? They live in hypocrite. They're a hypocrite. You talk about Epstein, you talk about everything in the world, they all in it. They all connected. They all about it. But you talk about what's spirit and truth, they can't connect. They running all over the place. But you can sit on this devil platform and see all these tribe of Judah killing their children, their mom, their dad, their wives, their women, and don't have nothing to say about it. But let Epstein get on here. Everybody in the world, oh y'all, that got a lot of stuff. That's why I don't deal with these people on this devil platform, because they hypocrites at the highest level. People, let me tell you something. The worst thing to do in such a midnight hour is to take a servant of the Most High and pull them to the side and begin to easily, and which it can always be done, because I call it, I call it the weak links, where one can get one connected and they begin to talk and begin to speak negative of Sister Deborah and begin to think negative. I don't have no problems with that. You know why? I know who I am. I can tell you I got a lane. Can you tell me you got one? What is your purpose in the kingdom for the earth and from after? I don't know where I'm going for eternal, but what's your purpose? I can guarantee you can't find him. What are you doing? Keeping up chaos. The last thing I would have thought that would have happened on the page. That's why I said that one. I don't care, that one. And the Father knows how he taught me about that one. Because you are not going to be able to drag that one off to the side and try to be negative with that one. To see Sister Deborah to be anything outside of what she's been feeding them. The word. Seeing me being about feeding them the word in the spirit. But the weakling, they'll go anywhere anybody lead them. Because their heart is where that individual is leading them. And they have no idea. For it is already written. Truth is in you and it don't even matter. He said that the unrighteous and the ungodly holds. They sit here holding truth. They're holding the truth. Why? Because it's in the breath that they're breathing. But yet, they are not about the truth of he that is all truth. The Spirit of the Most High. So I say unto you all, don't make yourself look stupid. I've explained. I know your thoughts. I know some things I don't know, but there's things that I got in trouble since I've been over here. I have gotten in trouble. You know why I got in trouble for? The Father didn't sit there and told me so many times, you be seeing stuff, but you turn the other way. You be knowing it already, Deborah, but you turn the other way, ignoring it. I do. I'm a person that always believed in giving people the benefit of a doubt. Even when I know what's going on, I turn the other way. act as if I don't even see it. And it seems like I always bring everything up, but now I don't. I won't say nothing. And it's a good thing. But on the other end, the Father is saying to me that you be knowing already. So by you already knowing, don't get so bent out. Don't get so shocked. And I don't. But it's just the ideal of how people are. That's just how people are. And it don't have anything to do with a person giving you anything or being dedicated it don't have anything to do with that. As time go on, the Father say, as time, it's going to be darker and darker. The ones you least think will be the one that will go the other way. So don't even put so much emphasis. So you think that the Father will wake me up in the morning and reveal to me that truth was the ball all the time that was dropped? Oh, Father, yeah. I don't know what to say. Y'all, it's so deep the way he explained it to me, to the point where he tells me all this time. It's just amazing how the Comforter would come and tell you, you've been saying it all the time. You've been speaking it. Because when he got to truth, he said, in the last 6 months, you just spoke on truth 3 times. And then he told me what the title was. I was like, one time I was saying he had me to go back to look and see how the truth that I was speaking about, you didn't have too many people viewing that message. And how when it comes down to who he is, you ain't going to have too many people focusing on that. He is so 100. Let me tell y'all what you don't know. When you come to really know the Father, he got some sort of humor. Yes, he is. Yes, he does. He got some sort of humor. And when he come to you in a way that's just like somebody that really cares for you and really concerned about you and wanting you to know something. He don't give you all of it. I'm a living witness that he will spoon feed me till I'm in my grave. And I'm good with that. I am good because I keep telling the Father, let me tell you, boy, I'll never be able to know even past what you've been giving me because it's so much to know. But I'm grateful that he takes out that time and he gives me what he wants me to know. Because it's no way did I know truth was the ball that I constantly keep giving that has been dropped. And the sad part is about it, there are people who have been following Sister Deborah all this time. But the level of evil and wicked that so weighed on them is they won't even think of the fact that where would I be today in my understanding the Father if it had not been me on her page? If that woman hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known it. But do you look at the ideal of, okay, she has to be spiritual, something from God? No, because evil and wicked is greater in individual than anything. That's why he said truth. He said they are holding truth. They're holding truth under unrighteous and ungodliness. And he said, heaven's wrath of Yah is against. I like that because what he said, while you down here clowning and acting a fool in your ungodliness, in your unrighteousness, he said heaven's wrath is against you. He said, I put it in them, Deborah, too. No. So it's against. He's against you already. Because you sitting here holding righteous. By the way, y'all, this is my new Bible. And it's got, I want to say to the individual who sent Sister Deborah an offering or a donation on GoFundMe. I appreciate it, babe. I appreciate it. And I want to let you know, thank you so much for doing that. I don't know who the person is, but I know that person is someone I don't know. But I want to say to you, thank you so much. That was so nice of you. And this is one thing that I did get. I got me a, look here, y'all. Look how big the words are. They call it giant. I don't know if you can see it. Y'all can't see it. It's really, really, the words are so big. I can see it without my glasses, you guys. I can see these words in this book without my glasses. It's called a giant Bible. And I even got this here board. I mean, just got little things that I want to use during the time I am on live. And I got individuals come for Bible class here. I don't know if you all knew that. And I'm also using this here for that. And I said I use it for my YouTube as well. But I thank the Most High for it, because I don't know. I just, when that individual did that, I just thought that was so sweet. When people just don't really know you and just bless you like that. I just think that's so sweet. But then that's me too. And it's a feel that come with it. Don't get me wrong now. It's a feel that come with it when someone does that to me. And if it would come to you too, you'll say, that's what Sister Deborah is talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, it's a feel. But yes, I got this board as well. I got me a Bible, and I got a board, and then I got another Bible that's not as big as this one, because guess what? I got in there and I almost started crying. I try to hold myself. I don't go to Barnes and Noble, okay? But I realized this is a European place they have built, and it's so much evil up in there. It is so much evil up in Barnes and Noble. In case y'all did not know that. I know y'all don't know nothing about that, because y'all on the other side. Oh yes, when you're on the side, you don't see evil nowhere. But and that's another reason why I also think about how the Father has not moved on anything at this time, as far as getting us out of here. It's because it's so much I think He wants us to experience and get and feel. Because I think for Him to, I'm gonna be honest, me as a prophetess in the wilderness, I think that for Him to come down and get His out today, I think we need to suffer. I think we need to go through some things. Do I see a lot of things? Yes, I do. I see a lot of it, and I look at it as going through. Because I believe that a lot of people right today, they got this spirit in them that, they so exempt. They are so different. They so holy than thou, and now I mean, and I feel that. I don't feel that on the natural. I feel that in the spirit of people. That's when you under the Holy Spirit. When that Holy Spirit gives you the spirit of discernment, and He lives in you, that's two things. That's not one. That's one, and then the power punch. See, when He come and live in you, He said, try me and your spirit to discern what spirit that is. That's when He said, try the spirit by the spirit. But when He turn around from the kingdom and drop you the spirit of discernment, woo, you better watch yourself. You better watch yourself. And people thinking just because they dumb and they don't have no gift, surely you don't have none either. You's a lie from the place called worse than the pit of hell. That's where you're from. Because yes, He did. He poured out them gifts. And I know what I got. I know what He poured out on me. He is not going to send you on a mission and not give you the tools to use. That's not how the Father works. He send you on a mission for a purpose. And I think about all of my brothers that lost their lives. They lost their lives all because of that same truth. That same truth. They lost their lives. Right? Just so you can walk around here and say you got truth and ain't doing nothing with it. Just to walk around here and say you holier than thou, or I'm full of the Holy Spirit. I know I got the Ruach. I know I got it. I know I got the keys. I know I got the ticket. I know I'm redeemed. I know I'm saved. Yeah, but you didn't know the truth is in you and you ain't done nothing with it. How about that? Know that? I bet you don't know that, do you? This here is in you and you ain't done nothing with it. But you say you got it. You see? Many of you all don't have anything to go on. So you don't interfere with somebody that the Father is sending, Because where you get messed up, it's like many people do. They look at these pastors, these bishops, these priests, these evangelists, these prophets, these prophetess, these Moris, these seers, these watchmen. They look at them with a blind eye because they fail to understand we are all flesh. We are all flesh. Learn now that we all got truth in us. But when you have the truth in you, that's teaching you and showing you how to walk in righteousness and talk in righteousness and teach in righteousness and all the gifts of what is righteous, then you got somebody. But what do people do? They think because this person said they're a pastor, oh, they the man of God. You a priest. Oh, that's a pope. Oh, he's a man of worship. You're an apostle. That's why they call all these positions, but no power. They don't have no word, no power. They don't know nothing about truth, nor do they care. Because everybody thinking the door that everyone thinking everybody's going to enter, we all going to enter there together, and we just going to be able to justify, clarify, and identify why we here and why we need to go, which gate we need to go through. No, baby, you've already been through the gate. You just don't know. You missed it. If you were looking for the narrow gate, you missed it. You end up on the side where you needed to go all that time. So you missed the narrow gate, not because you was looking for it. You just thought you had it. Okay? And believe it or not, you probably said, well, Sister Deborah White, I'm speaking truth. Truth don't need to stand on no devil platform and lie. For what? For what? To make somebody feel good? To make somebody think good? To make somebody act good? Portray to be good? No. Truth don't need none of that. Truth stand on truth because it knows the righteous right beside it. So it ain't got time to clown people or to tell the people what they want to hear, what they want to feel, what they want to think, how they want to see things. No, not real truth. It's not, it ain't got that type of time. It ain't on that timing like you think. Only time it cuts off is when your time in, your time out. How about that? Oh, it got an end day. Just like it had an end day, it have an out day. That's what I mean. It has an out day. So Sister Deborah, I did get that out. I probably got 100 verses. Y'all, I know I was cutting up this morning, and you all might not believe this. I've been here writing this stuff down all day. Everything the Father was saying to me, I was writing it down. And I'm going to be honest with you, y'all. He said some things to me that's just, it's going to be with me. And I'm going to continue to speak it as time go on. I'm going to be able to speak it because, hey, he showed me some things that even made me. One thing he did show me is in the book of Genesis where it says life. There's no such thing, y'all. Life, L-I-F-E, that was something they put in there as well. And when he showed that to me this morning, I was like, oh my God. And then he told me to write it backwards. I was like, now he said, now write it backwards and look it up. And everywhere you look it up, it means evil, wicked, bad, evil, wicked, and badness. And I'm like saying, wow. So when Prince used to say the Prince that sing, he used to say that all the time. He said that they have him singing songs, but if you turn it backwards, you will really get the meaning of what they got him singing. I was in high school when I think he was saying that. Yes, he did. He said it's not the words. He said it. And I don't think he was just, they be crying out. They be crying out for help. All of them be crying out for help. Many of them, their family members sold them out, like Michael Jackson. I think his family sold him out to the Epstein during that time. And then when he was able to come back to continue music, and I think that's what brought him back to the United States. If not, they would have wore his tail out over in that Epstein them place over there where they take those kids. But because he had music and people here in this country, so when I said, and I think I've seen it about 18 times, this is it. His video said this is it, and it hurt me so bad. The Father had to comfort me because I was y'all, let me tell you, I was knowing it from one ear to the next. Every song he sung, every movement he made, everything his eyes turned to, he moved this way. And I'm just watching him, reading him all in and out. At that moment, he knew this is it. They're going to take my life. And the guy that was his doctor, in his eyes, I read eyes, in his eyes is, I did it because they told me, but they told me they would make sure I get out. So it was all set up to do that, and then you hear these Europeans today talking about, oh, Michael Jackson was telling the truth. Even if he was telling the truth, you would never want truth to come out of nothing but y'all. And you don't even understand everything on this earth, the level of wicked and evil. When you finish putting Jesuit, the Moors, and the Masons, and you put all that in it, the Roman Catholic, the Jews, when you finish, these are white people who have built this empire of wicked and evil at the highest. They are the synagogue of Satan. I sit back and I was thinking the other day, I was like, Father, I say, I sit back and I see all these your servants, how they came here, and a lot of them lost their lives based on truth. And in spite of it, a lot of them got out of here just as quick as they got in. When you called them, they did what you had them do, and you got them out of here, or they got out of here. But it's the way that they got out of here. That's what bothers me. But I think about me, myself, telling one of my children about the bumblebee that was in my room here. And I sit back and realize the danger of what I am doing, even talking to you all. And like I say, many of you all are just brick walls. But at least they know who I am. They know. Or else they wouldn't have sent to my house. And I say, Father, how is it they know? But you've been on this devil platform. People have been following you and listening to you. And it feels like a brick wall you're talking to. How is it they know who you are? Because they have the scrolls, people. They have the Ark of the Covenant. When they hear certain people's words, it don't even have to be a long sentence. Certain things a person can say, tap in to let them know this person is one of those true ones. They know. While y'all sitting y'all tails around listening to all this trash, calling yourself something in the Most High, y'all, and ain't doing nothing but have the nerve to have mouth against y'all's own servant. It's like it was back then. It ain't no different. It's the same. And I'm like saying to the Father, how could they know? And you sitting on this devil platform these 7 years. And these people just want you to just be here to give them food for their spirit. So they can keep on saying they holier than thou. But I want to tell you one thing. The Father said in Romans chapter 1, they hold unrighteous and ungodliness while they hold in truth. Adam slayed on their ground, end up with truth in the breath, but he ended up with something that you all did not have. Everything was perfect. So when you came into this world, everything wasn't perfect. So it shows you the level of, I don't give a rat's behind who you think you are. If you ain't right with my Father in the kingdom, you ain't right with nothing, with your flesh. So you get ready, get ready, get ready. Because that's all you right with. If Adam can be created in the perfect land, floating with everything perfect and good in the eyes and the sight of the Creator, then he was created what we all was created with. Truth. At a blink of an eye, he turned the truth that was in him into ungodly and unrighteous at a blink of an eye. So you think you got it nailed, right? You holy than thou, you upright, you all that answer. Just go back to Adam. But I'm grateful that the Father taught me something. And that is, all that time you keep saying the ball was dropped, all that time, Deborah, it was truth. Even to today, it still is truth that what everybody is dropping. Guess why? You're dropping it in yourself. It ain't a religion. It ain't a group of people. It ain't a church. It ain't a pastor. It ain't a bishop. It ain't an evangelist or a prophet or a prophetess. It's truth which were blown in you. And you're dropping it every day. Every chance you get, you drop it. So he's just letting me know that ball you was talking about is really seriously something. But it's truth, Deborah, that they're dropping. And let them know it's not a truth that's in the group. It's not a truth that's in a family. It's not a truth that's in a community or a neighborhood or in your coworker. It's a truth that's in you that you keep dropping. That's what you're dropping. Real live truth in the spirit. That's where the ball is dropping. And when I was teaching it from the level of the beginning, how every time I come up with what the Father gives me and teach me, and I come up and make a video, they dropped it here, they dropped this, and they dropped that, which is a lot of stuff being dropped. But the Father wants you all to look at you in the mirror. Because in the book of Romans chapter 1, he says in there, they ain't gonna have no excuse. Like the days of Noah, it was in them too. Truth were in them in the days of Noah, but not one pulled up. Truth was in them like the days of Lot, Sodom and Gomorrah. Truth was in them, but not one turned. Because this is why he had to come to destroy it. Even though it had truth, no one was upholding truth. Everybody was upholding wicked and evil, unrighteous and ungodly. He came and wiped it out. Same way with the days of Noah. Same way with this day. Many of you all got your jackets on and you're all ready. You got the suitcase packed. And the suitcase and the jacket is all in your mental state of mind. That you're entitled to go to the promised land. You're entitled to be one of the ones of the remnant. I wouldn't dare force myself to believe that I know I'm going, I'm saved, I got the Holy Ghost, I pray, I fast. Baby, sit down. Sit all the way down. Because that's not what he's coming for. That's not what he's coming for. And that's why it's a small remnant, just like the gate being there. That's why it's a small remnant. Because the slow minds think that it's okay for them to portray a role as they holier than thou. Truly, I know I'm going. And people with that mentality, you ain't going nowhere. But right where you at 6 foot under. And then after that, you're going to be judged. Everybody feel they entitled. And 99.20 trillion didn't even know this. Yet sitting around saying, I know I'm going. Where's your truth? Are you upholding it in righteousness or unrighteousness? In godliness or ungodliness? See, people think that who they are is just all they have to be in your flesh. No, baby. He see the dirt in your flesh because it rolls over into your spirit. Because your spirit comes, either the spirit comes to follow the truth that's in them, or the spirit comes to follow the flesh that they continue to manipulate themselves to believe that they are founded in. I speak this way so you can question your own self and stop putting so much emphasis on you there already. You got what it takes. You don't need nothing and nobody. I can know where I'm going because I can feel that spirit. And one thing I'm going to tell you that the Father did say to me these days I've been off. You've been on it all the time. You just keep second guessing, thinking. When you get it, leave it there. Believe it and leave it there. Don't keep not guessing it, but thinking it, making it what it is not. Leave it where it's at. Because what you see is what you see for real. A person can deny. A person can say, no, I don't believe it. I wasn't that. I'm not doing that. The Father said, don't matter. It's your first spiritual thought. Keep it there. Stop turning to the left to run away from what's on the right. Keep it right there so you'll know who's who and what's what. So I give all praise and honor and glory to the Most High Yah. I thank him for just being who he is and how he continued to teach me and get me ready for what? I don't know. But I just want to tell the Father, just thank you for where you got me today. I ain't worried about tomorrow. You'll meet me that far. So I, Sister Deborah, say to you all from now on, when you start to read your Bible. Oh, this is something else I was going to tell you. So I went to Barnes and Noble. I never go there. I think the last time I went probably was 10 years. But I went there because I went to Sam's. I went to Walmart. Nobody has KJV Bibles inside. Woo! So I got at Barnes and Noble, and I'm sitting here seeing all these people, and they just running around here on just all over the place, buying all kind of books. And I'm like, why? I'm over here where the Bibles. Ain't nobody over in this area. Never did come. One man came over there and he saw me over there. He got out the way and went on. I said, to see the sickness of people. His wife said, well, why are you over here? It's over here. He didn't want to be over there where I was at. But he looking for a Bible. You see what I'm saying? Sick. So I went to the cashier and I asked her, I said, well, I'm feeling really bad. She said, well, I said, I don't see the KJV Bibles. She said, oh, it shows that it's a few of them. She said a few. And I'm like, she showed me where they got all these other different Bibles. Yeah, I did not know. I used to teach it. I used to teach people it's going to come a time where just the basic Bible, you ain't going to find it. And it's already there. So she showed me where the other Bibles were. But guess what? It was on the other side. And there was a lot of them. But guess what, y'all? They got so many new ones. All kind of study Bible, student Bible. I don't want no Bible study. I don't want nothing they're going to try to study and teach me what it says. Don't get books that's going to tell you what it says. You see what I'm saying? No. I'm going to tell y'all something that's really messed up. Is when you go to your phone, and I used to can go here and say, okay, Hebrew Israelite, not Hebrew Israelite, a word, like if I say looked up truth in truth in Hebrew, it ain't pulling it up no more, y'all. AI got it. AI spit out what it want to say. So just imagine, people now coming to the truth. You're going to have a hard time finding your way home. You better get to where you need to be and sit your tail down and learn. Because AI got you. All these people on YouTube with all these videos, that's why. And I'm wondering why everybody keep using AI. playing with AI. Now AI got them. So I am grateful for the Ruach HaKodesh. Yes, can't no AI get that. Can't no AI pull up on what I got this morning from the Ruach. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying to you all, a lot of you all are going to be going backwards when you think you're moving forward. Okay, let me say that again. Many of you are going to be going backwards when you think you're moving forward, because it's nothing you're going to be able to refer to or go to really get what you need to get. When Sister Deborah been saying to you all, look in the mirror. Ask the Father, tarry for the Ruach, and hope that he is in you or dwells in you or something. Because if you think for 1 minute, February 2026, you're going to get some truth on this devil platform, on your YouTube, Instagram, Patriot, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. Use a lie from the pit of hell. AI didn't got them. So guess what? AI got you now. Because you ain't going to be able to get nothing. So this is another thing that makes me grateful for the Ruach that visit me in the early morning hours, in the midnight hours, in the early morning, and waking me up to teach me and revealing things and talking to me throughout the days I've been off. He gave me so much stuff, I ain't gonna even know how to conduct myself for the next, 2 or 3 months on here. I'm serious. It's much stuff that he didn't give me. And this here, I'm grateful for, because now AI have stepped in and they are over everything. So now I'm not going to be looking for AI to answer any questions. And because when I went on there to look for stuff, AI pops up, give you a total different look on your phone, and then you swipe it and it'll pull up and then give you something else. But they did took a lot of stuff out regarding Hebrew, a lot. And they, oh man, y'all, they done messed this thing up. And thanks to the Europeans who signed up for it, because that's who orchestrated all of this. No matter what you say, you can go straight through everything and you're going to find it European. So when you look at this world, if they say that they are not Edom or they are not connected to that, y'all, they are. Just seeing what Bill Gates is over there doing to all them Africans. And they sitting here smiling, letting them do it. Giving them, oh man, and they sit with a smile. And he's sitting here poisoning them and let me not even see stuff like that. Makes me disappointed, because I realize this has a lot to do with people who are so content with evil and wicked ruling them, controlling them, teaching them, revealing things to them, giving them things and doing things for them. This is what people are so used to, you see, to where they don't want it no other way. So I say unto you all, it's going to be hard for many of you all out there. And honestly, I sit back and I think, Father, if you take me off this here, or even if I pass away, if you take me off of this page, I mean, I don't know where these people are going to get it. You always got a ram in the bush. I know that without a doubt. But I can tell you one thing. I have not seen not one. I have not heard not one that's willing to teach spirit and truth at the level where the Ruach HaKodesh has poured out in me to speak. So I, Sister Deborah, say, I hope you all have a wonderful night. And I myself, I'm going to grab me. I shouldn't eat. It's too late. But I might grab me something since I haven't eaten. And I will be back with my board. This is going to come in handy, because I want to teach about the breath of the Most High Yah. Now I'm learning not to talk about life, the breath of life. I got to make sure I don't stick with that. I don't want to stick with that. I don't want to deal with the word life no more, because I feel as soon as the Holy Spirit reveals stuff to me, I got to let it go. And I got to work on letting it go. That's one thing about the Father. He tells you stuff, you got to know how to pull away. Not out of the strength of your flesh, but the strength of your spirit, teaching your flesh. So Sister Deborah says, appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I had a chaos earlier, but I thank the Father for giving me the strength to endure. Sister Deborah, we'll be back. Shalom and shalom.